imagine you fall in love head over heels for this girl,
Mhm.
right? What's like the worst name she could possibly have? Like, not necessarily a name that's bad, but a name that's like, oh, I don't want to be in love with fucking Shelby.
Does it have to
Shelby's up
be
there for me.
really?
I don't want to be like, yeah, this is the love of my life, my wife, Shelby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't feel like it fits, like, someone you would date, if I had to
Yeah,
guess based off names.
yeah.
I was thinking of, like, just a word, like monogram. Like, I don't know, like, something
That's
that's
not a name,
not
though.
even real. Nonogram.
I feel like I just don't want to name. I don't want a lady in my life who's got one of those like live, laugh, love ass names. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Her name's like Kaylee, but it's spelled like Kaylyegh.
Oh god.
You
That's
know
like
what I
a
mean?
yeah, that's like a reindeer name. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or like
You've got Dasher and Dancer and Donner and
Kaylee.
Kaylee.
Yeah. Dude, it actually reminds me of like the uh
Reindeer ass name.
Taylor Lautner dating a Taylor Lautner. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, his wife's took it. His wife Taylor took his name, so now it's
Yeah.
Taylor Lautner married to Taylor Lautner.
Yeah, and they'll get like mail or like packages and they legit don't know who it's to.
Yeah, what if it's all a scam and they're just like trying to like
Evade
play
taxes.
the IRS? Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
What if they have what if they have a son and a daughter and they've named both of them Taylor?
Both of them Taylor.
Yeah.
They
They
all
might as
share
well.
one social security card.
Yo, that might be the play. That'd
You've
actually be awful.
got Donner and Taylor and
And Taylor
Taylor and
and
Taylor,
Taylor.
Taylor and
Oh my
Kaylee and Rudolph and Vixen.
um I, I was like thinking about that and I feel like meeting someone with the same first name as you is just something I probably couldn't do.
Your name is Mike.
Yeah, but
You know
you
what I
never
mean?
know.
Yeah, but you're never gonna be dating a like be interested in a girl, go up to her, and she's like, "Yeah, my name is Mike."
What if her
You know
voice
what I
changes
mean?
as she says it? Yeah, my name's Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like she's dubbed over like one of those
Yeah.
samurai movies.
Yeah. There's like subtitles.
Yeah, I mean, imagine how I feel. Cameron is like a gender neutral name. So like I've known
Yeah.
several girls named Cam or like Cammy.
Yeah. So it's more realistic.
Yeah. I don't think I could ever date somebody whose name is Cameron. I don't even feel like my name is Cameron sometimes.
Yeah.
Nobody ever calls me. Like very few people call me that.
What do people actually call you?
Cam usually.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna bring that up when I first asked you about doing the pod. I originally was gonna do a solo one, and the name of it was Mic'd Up or something. Was like an idea I was tossing around,
Uh
and then I was like, oh, and then I asked my friend Cam. So we're just a bunch of gear. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It'd be like if we added like keyboard as a
Yeah.
third host.
And I'm a photographer. So like
Oh wow.
people make that joke all the time.
Yeah.
They're like, "What kind of cam you got, Cam?" And I'm like, "Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha."
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
It's like that the dad humor when you go out to eat and he's like, "How much is the damage?" You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I guess they'll let anyone in here, huh?
Right.
Yeah, runs into a guy he knows.
Would you like anything else? $1 million? You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Like it's
god, dude! I used to get that guy all the fucking time when I was working at In-N-Out. I feel like I tell so many In-N-Out stories, but that was like when you're 16 and you work somewhere for like 4 years. I worked
yeah.
there until I was like 20, dude. That's like a large portion of my life. That was like most of my life up until that point. That was 5 years of my life and 5 years that I spent like conscious.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
when you're like 1 to 5 and you're like, "Oh,
That's
yeah, I grew up in Hawaii. We moved when I was 5." It's like,
Yeah.
Shut up. You're from Delaware.
Also, working at In-N-Out from the ages 1 to 5 is pretty rough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what position s what position do you think you would be at In-N-Out at, like, the age of 5? Like, with your learning curve. Do you think that you learned fast as a kid, or were you a slow learner?
I think I would learn fast, but I was still 5. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're not gonna be like, "Hey, go hop on the grill."
Right, right. Yeah. You might wanna
What's
sit in
like
on this,
Actually, that's actually kind of a good question because like there's a lot of laws going into effect right now. Like
mhm,
places are just like rolling back child protection laws, like so that kids can start working.
mhm,
Fucking crazy, by the way. But
yeah.
like, what's the most kid friendly job? Because like fast food comes to mind, but dude, that shit, like you don't want a 12-year-old
Yeah, yeah.
like on the night shift.
Right, that's a lot of pressure to deal with, like,
Yeah,
hangry customers.
maybe he could open.
Right, right, right. That's actually kind of a good answer. I was gonna say, like, an elf, like, making toys, because it's, like, child adjacent. You know what I mean? Like, the height's there, the joy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
And it's seasonal, right? Like they're
yeah,
only
so
working between
yeah.
like they don't need to be there all the time.
It's a hard season, though. You know what I
It
mean?
is a
You're
tough
putting in
season, yeah.
hours.
Yeah, you're gonna be working some late nights.
And the commute is crazy. The North Pole, like,
Make sure you get them chains on them. They can't even drive.
yeah.
We gotta
They're
like figure out a bus schedule.
they're gonna build up those miles on Spirit, you know what I mean, real
Yeah.
fast.
Oh man, that's funny. When's the last time you were on a plane?
2022,
Where'd you go?
California
Oh,
for
you
TwitchCon.
came to, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the first time I ever flew while I was conscious was 2019. It was the first time I went to TwitchCon, and I went with somebody who traveled a lot, and
Yeah.
I sat right next to him. And I remember after the first flight, we got off, and he was like, "That was the worst turbulence I've ever experienced," and it was my first time flying, and I was like, "Well, if we're starting off this bad, it can't get worse."
That's good. That good for him though for waiting until you guys were off the flight. One time I was in the car with my
Yeah.
roommate and I wasn't wearing my glasses and I was just like, Man, I cannot see anything right now." And he was
Oh
like, "Wait
god.
until we get there to tell me
Yeah.
that."
She looks over and you're like this.
What's the
Yeah.
craziest thing you've ever seen like looking over into somebody else's car?
Might have to think about that.
I'm always thrown off when I see like bare feet up on the dashboard. You ever see
Oh,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
That's
is
always like, "Oh
crazy.
god, what's going on over there?"
Right,
It's a
right.
fucking circus in that Mazda.
The windows are always up. You know what I mean? They're really sitting and marinating in that.
It's crazy to do that when you don't have any tint on your window.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah, there's some funny, like, don't you feel like the back of the car sticker thing is, like, such an early 2000s type of thing?
There's somebody at my apartment complex who has like 30 bumper stickers, and I just know that person fucking sucks.
Yeah, because like, what else can you do? Like, literally anything, you know?
Yeah, like that's too many. I feel like one bumper sticker is too many. Like,
Yeah,
am I don't know if maybe I'm being like a fun killer, but like, dude, if I'm dating Shelby
yeah.
and we are about to get into her car and I see like 3 stickers on the back,
Mhm.
I'm just like, that's strike 2, Shelby.
Yeah. Strike 1
That's
was your
strike
name.
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn, she's starting to, like, she's like a DA. She's already back in the lineup by the time you guys even go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Things aren't
yeah.
looking good. What's the fastest do you think this is kind of a dark question, but, um, what's the fastest speed in a car crash do you think you could survive in?
Me or the average person?
I don't know. Does that change things?
I was in a car crash going like 60 once,
Uh-huh.
and I walked away.
Yeah.
So
He left your car.
maybe,
I
yeah,
don't need this. Tosses the
yeah,
keys.
maybe like just double that and like see if we could like if I die, then we'll half that. So I survive 60. If I don't survive 120, then we'll try again with 90 and see if like we'll fine tune it.
Yeah. What about well, because like obviously there's you in a car crash you either walk away or drive away if your car's fine, or you're
Or
done
die.
for, right? But
Yeah.
there's
That's a
that
yeah, that's a weird
right.
you're either
But
survivor. I guess it's always like that, right? Like
it
every
is kind
day
of
of
a
your
ones
life.
and zeros type of thing.
Yeah.
But
It's
my
very
question
binary.
is, yeah. My question is like in that yellow sphere or gray area, what speed do you think you like walk away and you're like, I kind of have like vertigo or like, you know what I mean? Kind of have a headache after that.
Yeah.
60, you're good. 120, it's not looking too good.
Rolling the dice.
So we're talking like highway speeds, like 85, maybe light headache.
How fast is the other car going?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah, that actually influences my
Yeah, it
answer a
does.
lot. Like,
Is there a wall in the road? You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I feel like you're better off if it's just a wall. Okay, let's do that. Crash test
Yeah,
dummy
yeah.
style.
Okay.
You're driving, let's say 60 miles an hour at a wall.
Oh God.
I feel like
You have reached your destination.
yeah, I feel like I'm walking away. I'm definitely sore.
At 60? Oh, just a wall, dude. Like,
Yeah.
because I feel like, okay, so in mine, it was like, I was turning. I feel like if you're moving at all, it helps, right?
Yeah. Because your momentum carries.
Yeah,
Like
so like it's not direct impact. So a wall is almost,
it's probably worse.
it's like moving target is
Two guys
is
trying to
level
figure
one.
out the science of this.
Yeah. Level 2 is the car. Okay, level 1 is the cars moving. Level 2 is the cars stopped. Level 3, the cars head on. Right?
Oh fuck.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if it's just a wall, it's like level 2 area. We're going 60.
Mm, that's tough.
If it's a concrete wall or like, what am I driving?
A concrete. Like if it's just a fence and you just go through it.
Yeah. What if it's like, if I'm driving like a Kia Soul and I'm going 60, it's not looking
Yeah.
great. But if I'm driving
Yeah.
like an Escalade,
Uh-huh.
I'm probably still not looking great.
The Escalade's got some weight behind it too, though. That's the
Oh yeah,
thing.
so it's coming. It's still coming.
Yeah,
Like
it's
towards
barreling
yeah.
down.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm getting pinched like a waffle.
I feel like you want something. I feel like you want a two-seater because
God damn.
the two-seaters, most of the cars in the front, right? So you have
Okay.
more time to brace, I guess.
Like a Dodge Viper, maybe. It's like a
I
long front end.
Yeah, maybe. Or a Mustang. Those are tough cars. That's what I got into my accident with.
Yeah. Man, this is not a fun image to think about because I'm just
All
constantly
right.
thinking about smashing
I
into a
feel like
wall.
I feel like 60, I'm good. 65, we're pushing it.
Just those 5 miles.
5 extra miles an hour, dude. You don't realize how fast 5 miles an hour is.
Yeah, because like imagine like if you're
You
driving
run
on the
1
road.
mile in like 7 minutes.
Yeah, and because like if you're driving and someone's going 5 miles per hour, it's like that guy is going 20 miles. Like he's flying. He's going
Yeah.
5 miles per hour and he passes you on the highway. So that is a big difference. It's
Mhm.
exponential. So when we were talking about 120, we would evaporate. Like
Yeah.
we wouldn't be there.
That was a foolish place for us to
Yeah.
start.
Now
Our
that I think about it.
arrogance.
Yeah. Are you a light mode or dark mode type of person?
Dark mode. I feel like light mode is just like the incorrect question or the incorrect opinion.
Yeah,
I might break up with a girl if she's in light mode exclusively.
okay, exclusively yes, but I recently kind of am maybe like a smidge of light mode
For
team
what app?
just for productivity because I feel like dark mode kind of relaxes me. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's just chill, man. It's like the
It's
dude at the
like,
party
oh,
that's like too drunk
yeah.
and he's not bothering anybody. He's like, I just
Oh,
kind of want to
okay.
get over this.
You're losing me a little, I gotta be honest.
Versus
I thought
white
it was
mode just
like
comes in and he's like, ah, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like light mode is kind of a narc, to be honest. Like
yeah, I guess
dark mode
so.
is like you roll up and dark mode's like, "What's up, man?" And you're
Yeah.
like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Light mode is like, "Who do you know here?
Okay. Okay.
You know, what's going on?
Yeah.
How you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to my crib, man. How you doing? Who invited you?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah. Dark mode can keep a secret. Light mode's like airing out all of
Yeah.
your
Light
info.
mode is the coworker that like is a little too cool with the boss.
Oh, it's the worst,
You know what I
dude. Yeah, you
mean?
just reminded me of somebody.
Like dark mode, he'll slag off with you a little bit if he hears the boss like walking up. He's like, "Hey, he's good." You know
Yeah,
what I
chill,
mean?
chill,
But
chill,
like
chill.
light mode might some shit might get back to the boss
Light mode kind of kills the vibe.
a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can't tell light mode everything.
Right, right. Yeah, it is pretty funny to just think about like getting flashbanged. Like if you're a dark mode only and then you have like a light mode when you first download
Yeah.
an app.
Ah,
Yeah, it's just like glaring. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
the only thing I use light mode on is Pornhub.
Yeah, just to stay alert.
Yeah,
Like
I just want to be like real locked in.
gotta pay attention to the plot.
Do they even have a light mode? Well, that'd be actually really funny.
That would be. Well, I mean, I feel like the volume is a light mode. Dude, it's like, are you? You know what I mean? Like the question.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
shh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Fucking relax, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm here for.
man. Right.
Tell me about
Um,
that coworker you had.
dude, I don't feel like I mean, they just like would always correct people about like the info on the menu. And it's like, dude, this person is
So this
going to
was at the
school.
restaurant.
Yeah, it was at a restaurant and it's like the person they're talking to is like going to school to be a doctor. It's like they don't give a shit about
Yeah.
what like the grano or whatever. Like whatever
Uh-huh.
like the percentage of wine or what pasta it pairs with. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
just go serve your tables, Laurinette. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I don't know, man. I was always like a dark mode type of employee because I was like, I understood
Yeah. I think it's cool to like care about your work. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I
for
care
sure.
about the shit I do and the shit I like put out. But sometimes you gotta read the room a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody show this podcast to my boss.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right. Yeah. Well, because it's like they're making billions of dollars. It's like,
Yeah, some of these companies are like,
and
you
they
know what I mean? Like
cared.
they're trying to steal more money from you. So that's the thing. Like if you're
Yeah,
working at like a big chain, they are trying their hardest to make sure they are getting the most work out of you while paying you the least amount you'll take.
yeah.
And the way to get back at them is just fucking I don't know, just get on
You know what to do.
Instagram on company time every now and then.
Yeah, yeah. Take extra long bath breaks.
Yeah. Maybe you take
Whatever.
a 45-minute lunch instead of a 30.
Yeah, whatever. Clock in. Have someone clock in.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's getting.
That's a
Don't declare
old
taxes.
one.
It
Yeah.
just keeps getting worse. Oh yeah, I had a question. Are you okay? So I have plans to come visit Cali later this year, right?
Mhm.
And this had me thinking because we would obviously be like, you know, plan a bunch of stuff with a pod or whatever. When we meet, are you the type of person that goes for a dap, or are you a hugger?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. So, I always so if it's dudes,
Yeah.
and this is just I don't know what this says about me,
Okay.
but if it's dudes, I always go for the one
The dap hug.
and the one and the hug or the buffer. You know what I mean?
The
So
what's the
the
buffer?
so
Just the dap?
so the one and the hug or the buffer, you dap, bring it in, like the bro hug.
But there's no like guiding hand, so this one stays off. So it's just
No,
a
this so the one and then both hands come around, or the dap and then one
oh the
hand
hat.
comes around.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So
Does
you got the buffer because it's not gay.
you got like you got
Yeah.
you say that in the middle. You whisper to the guy, "It's not gay."
Yeah, you got the buffer.
Just so you
Don't
know.
worry, bro.
Yeah, right. There's a force field of straightness between us.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask because like, um, does like the amount of time or like how well you know this person
Yes.
matter, and how much?
Um, I feel like it matters more. Ooh, I wonder if this is like something I should examine. I feel
Hmm.
like it matters more with women.
Hmm.
Like if I'm meeting a woman for the first time, I let them like initiate
Yeah.
like is this like a hug thing or is this like a a fist bump kind of thing?
Yeah.
But if we're like homies, I'll
Hmm.
go in for a hug.
Hmm.
With dudes, guys, I'll usually start off with the buffer. Um,
Yeah.
like pretty quick out the gate, but it doesn't really, like it could go either way.
Right. Right. That's interesting. I mean, that was like something I kind of wanted to know, just like a selfish reason, but also I thought it'd be fun to like ask.
Uh
For me, I would say I'm in the same vein as you, but if I've known somebody really well and I would consider them a close friend, I would probably give them a hug. But I think it's like kind of naturally what happens too.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but it is funny to think about like sending a text and be like, "Hey, are you gonna hug?" Or
Is it cool if I hug
yeah,
you?
to a bro. Are you like a
Damn,
buffer guy or?
I have never, man. That's actually a thing too, because like guys can get kind of weird about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know those guys, but like there are like
Oh yeah.
at least like maybe older guys, like you would like give them a hug or something, and they'd be like, "Hey, chill out, man." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Keep
Or
it
or
chill.
or or they give you the side thing. They
What's that?
like the
What's the
side hug
side
is like
thing?
a non-committal.
That's like giving like a "Where's my hug at" type of hug, but to a friend. You know what I mean? Where it's just like
Yeah,
I've never even
yeah,
seen a
yeah.
guy do that, but that's hilarious to think about. I feel like that's even more erotic than you know what I mean? The other
that's
ways.
that's more gay.
Yeah, it's just like just I don't know, man. Just do you.
That's so funny. What's the gayest way to hug a guy?
Without actually
Yeah, without like just straight up going like on his cheek. What's the gayest way to hug a dude?
double hand face to face.
Yeah, man. That's my new opener.
Stare into their eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a bad YouTube prank. You know what I
See,
mean?
see the thing that's interesting is it's like also a cultural thing, right? Like
Yeah.
my family, we're a kiss on the cheek kind of family because I guess it's just a Chilean. Maybe it's not a Chilean thing, and maybe it's just my family that does it.
I'm finding
Like,
something out.
yeah, but like yeah, like my uncles, they'll like, or at least the older ones, like from Chile, will like they greet you with a kiss on the cheek, and
Is
that's
it?
like I never realized it was weird until like, or not weird, but like different until I
Yeah.
got a little bit older.
I mean, my family, or I have Spanish side and an Italian side, and the Italian side might kind of be like that in some ways. It's just like hit or
Yeah,
miss. But there are some cultures that it's like every time that's just how you greet, like a handshake.
yeah.
Is it like one of those like it's a direct peck, or it's kind of like that side and then you make the noise?
It's more the second one.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I feel like my family
Yeah,
does that too a little bit.
yeah.
But it is weird, like to think about like the first people that came up with a greeting, and imagine like the first two people that knew each other meeting again, and they're like, "What do we do?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Uh, like, especially if they're not related. Like, it's just
Yeah.
2 people. The first 2 people well, that's actually so interesting, man. What's the okay, what is the
What's the game?
what's the furthest okay, how do I ask this? Okay, what is the furthest relationship between 2 people where they could hug? You know what I mean? Like, friends can hug.
Oh, okay.
Coworkers,
Depending on the business.
depending on the
In the restaurant business, they're doing a whole lot more than hugging.
yeah, front of house, back of house. I'm yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But if you're like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always weird, like, running into people who, like, knew you when you were a kid,
Yeah.
because it's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a grown man. I don't know. I don't wanna hug you.
Yeah, and they watched you grow up, and they know, like, everything about every sport you played, and you're like, "I barely
Yeah.
remember your name, Janet."
Who are you
Janet?
again? Yeah.
Carousel?
You're a friend of my mom's friend's husband.
Yeah. That
Okay.
that's
Thanks for
always
coming to my graduation, I guess.
yeah, and they always say, "Oh my god, you've grown so much." It's like,
Yeah.
you know
Do you
what?
remember me?
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
usually I just wait to kinda grow, like, I wait till, like, late 40s, but, like, I decided
Uh,
to it's like
that's
this newfound thing.
that yeah, not a lot of people are hip to it.
But, wouldn't that be weird if you could decide when you grow in life?
Yeah, you could just be like 22 and like 5'1".
Yeah, and you're like, "I'm holding on to it." I'm
Yeah.
holding on to childhood. That's kinda
What's
come on, man, like, you might need to get checked. That's a little weird, man. Just, you're in college.
Have you ever oh man, imagine being one of those fucking kids.
Oh, that
Like those
waited to, like, grow? Like growth spurts?
that waited. Actually, no, I was gonna say that like the young kids who like get into like college classes, but I did know a dude who we like grew up together. We were neighbors and we met when I was in like the seventh or eighth grade, and we were like kind of friends until like till near the end of high school, and then I kind of lost touch with him. But then like I ran into him like maybe 2 years after graduation. And so he was like to my shoulders the entire time that I knew him.
Mhm.
And in that 2-year gap, he grew a foot and a half. So he was taller than
Wow.
me. Yeah. So he went from like 5'6", 7, 8 maybe to like 6'2" in like 2 summers. Like
Wow.
at the age of like 19.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Did his voice
Like I ran
change?
in yeah, dude. It was like
Yeah.
yeah, well, I guess it was just like a late bloomer kind of situation, but like, dude, it was like I saw a totally different person. I like
Mhm.
didn't even recognize him at first. He had to like tell me who he was.
He touched the Space Jam basketball and, like, grew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he got the Monstars
Yeah.
jersey on.
That is pretty wild. I don't I feel like that kind of, like, alters your life in a weird way because 'cause you're just like
Yeah, totally.
growing up in general is weird, like, handling all these different things and, like, the way that your brain changes, but, like,
Uh-huh.
to just not being able to reach the top shelf to then being, like, the tall guy at a concert, it's, like,
Uh-huh.
really bizarre.
It was crazy because like I was one of the taller kids, right?
Mhm.
And then he was one of the shorter kids.
Wow.
And then we run into each other and he's taller than me.
Yeah.
And his voice is super deep and like he even stopped it was like running into Peter Parker before and then after the bite. He like
Yeah.
even stopped wearing glasses. He like started wearing contacts. I was like, dude, what's happening?
Yeah, he
Are you
watched
go
he
like
wa
this?
Yeah, right. He watched too many Andrew Huberman podcasts or whatever. That one guy that does the alpha male, podcast.
Yeah.
He was, like, dating, like, 4 women at a time or something.
Oh god. Those guys fucking suck.
Alpha. Dude, every time I see, like, comments and it's like it'll be, like, a snippet out of something. It could be literally anything, and a guy will
Uh-huh.
say something, and then that one song that's like EDM
Boom, boom,
music.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom,
It
boom,
starts
boom.
playing, and then all the
It's the
comments are like, "Man, just the way that he, like, took over that room like a true alpha."
oh my
I'm like, "Who
god.
are these bots that are
Yeah.
replying to this?"
These are the guys that are very easy to intimidate. Like the people in those comment sections talking about like, dude, you just don't get it because you're not an alpha.
That sentence.
Those are the guys who are not alphas.
That's a
Those are
great
the guys
card.
who are buying a dream. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they're getting ripped off.
They're doing, like, neurotropics and stuff at, like,
I
7-Elevens.
swear, dude. Like just go to the gym a few times a week, get a good haircut, and like pick up a hobby. And immediately you're gonna like go, why the fuck was I listening to alpha male podcasts?
Yeah. Trying to, like, hack the system.
Yeah, maybe women do deserve rights. Whole
It's
worldview just changes.
it's so wild just to, like, I don't know. I feel bad for people that grow up in, like, that era, like the Andrew Tate social
Oh,
media
dude,
era,
they are all victims in one sense,
for sure.
but there
Yeah.
is a level of accountability that is necessary.
For sure. I'm gonna switch to a lighter topic because I thought this would be really, really funny. So I was looking up like, I came across like really funny apps, and I just wanted to hear like your take on them. So this first one is called Spooner. Have you heard of it?
Can I guess what
Yeah, yeah.
Spooner
Guess
is?
what it is.
I feel like this is an app for lonely people who want
Yep.
to be spooned.
Honestly, right on the nail.
Really?
It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Wait, so is it like Uber's like you could be a spooner or you could be a spoon?
I'm a Spooner driver. Yeah. You're pretty much.
Is
I
this
mean,
is this real?
yes. So their tagline is "You love cuddling but have no one around." That's the first sentence, and it's location-based social meeting app. Um, basically,
Social meeting app.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. I'll be your spooner.
While he's already next to you in your ear.
Yeah. Do you hug when you meet this guy, or do you do the bro tap when?
I think it's even funnier if you don't contact them. You only do the service.
Yeah, you don't talk. You request the no talk option.
Yeah, just like in an Uber. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Wait. So this is real. Then this is like not a bit. Like people actually use this.
Yeah. This one's called dude, this one's awesome. This one is called SMTH. What is that? What do you think that means?
SMTH.
Yeah, it's like it's an acronym for something.
Like some is it supposed is it an acronym or is it one of those things where you're like, oh, we took out all the vowels of this word so it's cool and modern
It's
and
not that.
millennial. Okay. SMTH. So many tilted towers. That's not
Really
an H.
really good for the H. There's an
Yeah,
H in there
okay. Well,
somewhere.
okay, what is it? What is it?
Okay, it stands for "Send Me to Heaven." And
Oh god. Is it like a prayer app?
no, it's not what you're gonna guess, but please guess. What is this app?
I assume it's like one of those like Mark Wahlberg, like pray with me kind of apps.
Mhm.
Send me to heaven?
Yeah.
What else could it possibly be? Oh, is it a sex thing?
No, that's a good guess too, but it's not. It's not even close. But it's a good guess.
Okay.
Okay, so it's an app where it's a sports gaming app where you just have to throw your phone as high as you can, and there's a leaderboard for
That is fucking hilarious.
Isn't that awesome?
That is so funny.
And you can compete with your friends, and the game also warns you of your safety. Of course.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up.
You're like reading it while it's in the sky. How high do you think you could throw your phone?
And like catch it or
Sure.
if I don't have to catch it,
Miles.
oh god, I don't even know what's reasonable. I could throw a fucking baseball.
You aren't the
Like
reasonable person on this podcast. I'm letting you know. So answer with what Cam
my
thinks.
okay, my instinct is 120 feet
That's actually a pretty good guess.
because I'm just thinking from home plate to to second base, that's 120 feet straight up,
That's
and it's a
easy.
phone. I feel like I could maybe get like 150.
You think you could you know how bad that would hurt? It'd be like a bullet, like, coming down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially because I my phone case is like a 5 pound weight.
It's titanium. It's like the new iPhone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's just a second iPhone strapped to the back, so it's
It's
double
tethered.
protected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You ever dropped your phone on your face? That's the most, like, humbling, like,
yeah.
that'll really it's almost like splashing water in your face, but it's metal. You know what you know what I It's just like a way to wake up. It's like
Yeah.
that's a motivational,
That's
way.
a guy who doesn't understand how an analogy works.
It's like splashing water, but it's metal. Yeah, that's actually what it is. You
Oh
just
man.
described it.
I actually once got into like kind of an argument with a girl because I laughed when she dropped her phone on her
Oh
face.
my god.
And she was like, "You don't even care if I'm hurt." And I'm like, it was 2 fucking inches. Like, you're
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
It still it hurts though, man, because it's so
It's pretty
unexpected.
yeah, it is a humbling experience. That
It's like
is
have you ever, like, took a drink of something and it wasn't what you expected?
oh yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Let me actually tell you a hilarious prank that I want to recreate one day.
okay.
So, my older cousin told me about this prank that he pulled on his friend and like his friend group, actually, I guess. So, what he did was like make mashed potatoes and like made them really, 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 really smooth, but like still had enough like firmness that so that they would like hold a shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then he made meatloaf. But instead of like making meatloaf in like the loaf pan, he made them in cupcake in a cupcake tin.
Oh god.
So he made cupcake shaped meatloaf and then used the mashed potatoes as icing. So it looked like a cupcake, but it was mashed potatoes and meatloaf. And he like threw some sprinkles on them, I guess. And
Oh my
when
god.
somebody went in to bite this cupcake, mashed potatoes and meat, but because your brain is
Yeah.
expecting, a cupcake, you're immediately like, "What the fuck is in my mouth?"
Yeah. That is diabolical.
That's a very he told me about that prank when I was like maybe 9, and I have not stopped thinking about it.
What who has the time to do all that?
It's such a yeah, it's a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were like probably like, like the powder disgusting ass mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
My
used to eat
roommate
those
loves
though.
that shit. I don't know, man. Sometimes they're okay, but like I always feel like I'm eating chemicals.
It
I
feels
guess
like
everything is chemicals.
yeah, but it feels like 3D printed, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It kind of feels like that scene in Back to the Future where they put like a small little like disc in the microwave and then a full pizza comes out.
Yeah. Like it also reminds me of the holographic meatloaf and SpongeBob that Karen used to make
Yeah,
Plankton.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't I hope I don't live to 3D printed food.
What's like what's like the most 3D printable food?
What's the most amount of dimensions that you think you could eat?
Yeah, yeah.
I'd say like 7.
I feel
Wait,
like you could definitely 3D print some food. Like real food, not like the super high, like not like a fruit roll up. You know what I mean? That's basically already 3D printed.
so the question was, what food do you think?
What's the most 3D printable food? Like what food do you think you could 3D print and like convince somebody it's from Mother Earth?
Ooh, I feel like Jello.
Jello's pretty processed though. Like a whole food.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I feel like if you say like a carrot or something, like a 3D printed carrot's gonna be like floppy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, okay, so it can't be processed. So
It can't be something with, like, too many layers, like an onion or, like, cabbage. Because initially, I was like, "Maybe cabbage."
Potato?
A potato might be good.
Because it's like
It's just starch.
yeah, it's so like, that's, like, the dumbest why are potatoes, like why do potatoes get roasted so hard for, like it's just like, "Dude, you're a potato." Like, that's an
That
insult.
yeah. I'm aiming like a potato right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got a potato brain right now, yeah.
I feel like that's gotta be my answer because anything else seems maybe, like, too complex. Because like, potato, right? It's a easy shape. I do think, like, finding something that's, like, cube shaped would be easy, but, like, what's a cube shaped food?
Yeah,
Like,
good
those
point.
watermelons that they grow in
Yeah,
boxes?
in, like, boxes,
Yeah,
yeah. Could you do that with a I bet you we could do that with a potato.
probably.
What's the point? Wait, hang on, actually, now that I think about it, I feel like it makes a lot of sense to do that with potatoes, to, like, grow them in molds so that,
Right.
like, because then
Does that hurt the
when you're, like,
potato?
making fries does it hurt the pota when you're, like, making fries or, like, making, like, those, like, crisscross, potatoes, hatch potatoes, I think was what they're called.
Waffle fries?
Those that's a different thing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the crisscross potatoes, man.
What is that?
I don't know, whatever, dude. I feel like I'm in my head, I so clearly see it's like a baked potato, but, like, crisscross.
It's like you trying to convince Jesus to come up with a new vegetable. Like, "I don't know, man,
Yeah.
I give up, just make them regular."
Okay, yeah, you could pitch one
You
change
can pitch one
to
change to a
nature,
vegetable. Oh, to
to a
nature?
food, to a food.
If you can if you could pitch one
You're pitching
change
one change to a food to God, and God has to be like, he's gotta hear you out, or she, or they.
mhm.
What's the
Is it a physical change or is it a because this is big. Because
very funny.
I have my answer to chemically change or, like, nutritional change.
Whatever kind of change, you wanna make. It's everything's on the table, but you gotta pitch it because he can say no.
It's only physical? Oh, that makes it
It's not
okay.
only physical, it could be anything, but
Okay, if it's anything, I feel like this is such a normie answer, but, like, just make pizza healthy. That changes my life so drastically.
oh, come
You
on.
want something creative?
I want something like, it was really gonna shake up the game, you know what I mean?
Okay, let me
Like
think.
like grapes
Oh, that would be a good one.
grapes,
Yeah, I'm with you.
okay, alright, okay,
The
grapes.
you in the meeting room, grapes,
Grapes, yeah, this is
yeah,
what it's like.
talk to me.
Yeah, well, like, somebody give me something. Good grapes. Keep it moving. Just keep
um,
the ball. Throw anything
uh,
out there. Throw anything out there. We gotta keep the ball moving. Gotta get. Have you ever been in a room?
just momming.
Okay, hang on. Let's focus on
We don't
this.
finish any question.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, no. One change that I would request of God to food.
You know what I would do? I would change the shape of a pineapple.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
because the
yeah,
outside is just so inconvenient.
yeah.
Um, I think I would probably go cubed because we're gonna, we're
Uh
entering
huh.
a new, for
Dude,
lack of a
that's
better term,
actually
realm.
bonkers. If you could think about, like, what if apples had pineapple taste?
That's what I'm saying. That would change the
Like,
game.
man,
Apples would be lit, dude.
dominating.
People would be eating apples.
Apples are already sort of top of the game.
They're pretty good.
Like, they're up there. But man,
Yeah,
if apples and dude, what the I'm actually pissed now because we're
yeah.
never gonna be able to experience that.
Apples are like the flavored water of fruits.
What kind of yeah, they're like the LaCroix of I feel like apples are like a pretty one-to-one comparison to
Yeah,
LaCroix.
and like pineapples are just like a nice, like a
That's
Hawaiian punch. It's like
yeah, they're
wow.
the Mountain Dew of fruits.
without the racism.
Mountain Dew is racist?
No, but like the people who played Call of Duty and drank it, like it did
Oh yeah.
something. I don't know. It's green.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the I don't
We somehow trace the
know.
source of current day American racism
it was
to
it,
Mountain Dew.
it was
Like
aspartame.
we just
yeah.
stopped making Mountain Dew and suddenly everybody's cool.
Yeah, there's like I'm just kind of like chill now. Everyone in the
Yeah.
South. I kind of just like play Call of Duty and like everyone's nice.
Yeah. I don't even really care about DEI anymore.
we got to stop going down this road every episode. Um
Uh,
that's never a good sound.
I actually fucking love Mountain Dew. That's like maybe one of my like
Dude, me
most
too.
embarrassing. Really?
But I don't think that it should be something you should be ashamed about.
I'm a little ashamed.
But like, dude, there's so many Mountain Dew flavors nowadays.
I don't really like the other flavors, man. Like the red one kind of makes me go like, what the this feels bad for me.
Code Red is like pure octane, like it's like injecting NOS inside of you.
Yeah, it's like what's the one like food dye that's like tied to like
Red
every
40.
Red 40.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just
It's
Red
just
40.
Red 40.
Yeah. Like, I feel like there's no other ingredients.
That's actually a great idea for a product.
Yeah, if you want to fucking die.
Just Red 40 in
Yeah.
carbonation.
What happened to him? He had like way too much Red 40.
Yeah.
His stomach exploded.
Have you tried the Red 40 challenge?
Somebody told me like every time she drinks red Mountain Dew, she gets a headache. I was like,
Really?
stop drinking it. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? What do you mean every time?
I just don't learn my lesson.
Yeah. Or when she eats licorice, like red vines. And it's because of the Red 40.
Oh, dude, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That makes
It's
sense of why
weird
people don't like
the
it.
shit that they let us eat.
Yeah. What else is Red 40 in? I mean, just anything red?
Hang on, actually, this is a very funny little rabbit hole that I want to go down.
Okay.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to give you a food, and you
Okay.
tell me whether or not Red 40 exists in this food. Okay?
What's my goal? Because I want to have like a goal. Otherwise, I'm just going to, scam the system. So how many do I have to get right?
If you get 3 wrong, you lose.
Okay.
Jello.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Red velvet cheesecake.
I mean, like the 5-year-old in me wants to say yes because just red equals red. I'm going to go no.
It does not.
Yes.
Surprisingly, what the fuck is making it red? Strawberry ice cream.
No.
It does.
What?
Yeah, reverse psychology on you. Tricks.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
kid cereal. We already know.
Doritos.
Yes.
Damn, really? You got that one.
Yeah.
Pop Tarts.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like anything that's like super highly marketed probably has it. You know what I mean?
Crush orange soda. Orange soda.
Okay, now we're getting tricky because the strawberry
Yeah.
ice cream got me. But it's like orange soda. That's like what kids drink. It feels like everyone's just trying to poison kids as fast as possible. So I'm gonna say yes.
That's a good instinct. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is red 40 in fucking crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
Clamato.
I don't even know what that is.
Clamato? You don't know Clamato?
No.
It's like that like tomato juice with like the hint of clam flavor.
I've never had that. I'm gonna say no. It's too
It
specific, so it
does.
probably does. Yeah, but
It does. Yeah.
Clamato.
Clamato? You don't know Clamato? Why?
Oh, I've seen it. I never had it though.
Yeah, they like put it in like micheladas and like a Bloody Mary.
It's like adjacent to V8.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
God, that
last
looks
one.
so unhealthy. Like I've never just looked at a picture and just said, "Oh, this could end my life faster than it's
Clamato?
supposed to." Yeah.
You know what? Actually never thought about it because it's so like so many people drink like micheladas and stuff here. I've never thought about how weird the concept of a tomato drink with clam flavor
Oh, yeah.
is. I've actually never considered that. Like, who was like, I have an idea.
Yeah, a bad one.
Yeah. Why did they add do you think they started with the clam, or do you think that was like
Was
something
it
they
chicken or
pitched
the
down the
egg?
line? Yeah.
Was it the Clamato or the clam? What came
Yeah.
first?
Do you think they were like, we gotta bury the taste of clam
Yeah,
somehow?
probably.
So let's throw some tomato
Yeah,
in
it took like a full bottle to do it too.
here. Why? What the fuck is that?
I
Like,
don't
what?
know.
Who? Hang on. I gotta actually. I have to know. Like, what is the story behind Clamato? Okay, I got the Clamato Wikipedia pulled
God
up.
damn it. Okay.
Clamato is a commercial drink made of reconstituted tomato juice concentrate and sugar, which is flavored with spices, dried clam broth, and MSG. Oh, I fucking love MSG though. I'll be honest.
Hmm.
Made by Mott's. Made by the people who make fucking applesauce?
And gummy
That that
bears?
that threw me for a loop, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It is also referred to colloquially as Clamato juice.
Don't like
It
that
is
word.
consumed in Canada, Mexico, and the United States to a lesser extent. Maybe it's because I'm in California, because California is basically Mexico.
Why was clam not mentioned in that description of ingredients once?
Okay, let me go to the history. In 19 guess what year
Oh god.
Clamato was invented?
I have no clue.
I'll give you one hint. You're gonna be wrong.
1916.
Not a bad guess. In 1935, the
Oh.
Clamato Corporation of New York produced clam and tomato juice in combination. In 1940, Lobster King Harry Hackney Lobster King
Yo, that's an alpha male.
was granted the Clamato trademark. His Atlanta City restaurant, Hackney's, sold Clamato juice in cans. Why why were they making this?
Yeah,
Like,
who asked?
who asked for this? Like,
I'll
who is
take
this for?
one Clamato for me.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm definitely gonna do some more research. Beef motto. Okay, no, I can't. I have to stop.
There's also I just searched it up. There's a Bud Light Chelada Clamato. Too many
Yeah,
words for one.
yeah.
But also why? There's
I kind
no
of
way it
hate
tastes good.
clamato.
Yeah.
I
Clam?
kind of like it a little bit, to be
What does
honest.
clam taste like? I've never had a clam. And is it different from oyster?
Yes, yes, I think.
I'm so ignorant. This podcast is teaching me.
I Are clams different than oysters? They feel so similar.
Is
If you told me they were the same animal, I would believe. I feel like they're different. Clams make pearls. Or do oysters make pearls?
I thought the oyster was the meat inside the clam. I don't know.
The world is your oyster. Oysters make pearls. Oysters make pearls.
So what are clams doing?
I
I'll
think
just
they're
start
just
pressing them.
vibing.
I just start pressing
Yeah.
them. They're making clamatos.
Yeah.
They're making clamatos, just getting
Yeah.
massacred.
You know what actually frustrates me? It's dried clam broth. It's not even like,
So
you
what
know what I
even is
mean? Like
that?
it already feels like you're starting with shitty ingredients.
You're right. It's not even square one.
Yeah. You're
It's
like,
'cause-
you took some clam broth and made it worse
yeah.
and then added tomato, not even real tomato juice, by the way, also tomato juice concentrate.
Why did they say reconstituted? Like, why is the government getting involved? Like, what does that even mean? You know what I mean? Reconstituted?
Yeah, they added amendments. Yeah.
This tomato juice has free speech.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Dude, there's so
What?
many like random products like that though that like I could have gone my whole life and never had or heard of a clamato. I'm not kidding.
You're gonna have a michelada when you get out here though. We'll go to a Mexican restaurant.
I'm gonna have an eighth of one because I'm not gonna finish it.
Dude, a michelada is fucking good.
We
I
can
love a michelada.
we can split one right after we buffer.
Well, is I know that it's in a Bloody Mary too. Have you ever had a Bloody Mary?
They're okay, but it's like, why is there just like a combo number 7 on top of my drink? I
Yeah,
want to take a sip.
It is weird that it's like a drink you
Why
have to eat.
why is it top heavy, dude?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I don't I okay, so I work at a marketing company, and
That's
a
the
lot
live,
of
laugh,
our
love of drinks. I'm
it is a
not
lot.
kidding. Yeah,
It's a lot. It's a
sorry.
lot. I work at a marketing company. A lot of our clients are restaurants, and a former client, they actually ended up closing.
Okay.
Um, offered a Bloody Mary, a chicken and waffle Bloody Mary. So it was a beer mug of a Bloody Mary with all everything that you usually get, including
Mhm.
the celery, and then on like a skewer was like an entire chicken thigh and like a quarter of a Belgian waffle.
That's
So
annoying.
that one drink is like 1,400 calories.
Yeah, that's gonna tank your day quick.
I just feel like that's a brunch thing. Who the fuck wants that as a drink?
I gotta go
You
back
know,
into
like,
work after that.
you
Can
know
you
what I mean? Yeah,
imagine?
yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess I gotta go sell some cars now.
What do you think's more detrimental, drinking and driving, or having or having that and then
or just
driving?
or just having one of those
Yeah,
period.
yeah.
Like,
That is crazy, but also makes me angry how like the chicken to waffle ratio is just that would alone I'd be like, I'm not paying for this.
yeah, also it's on a skewer. So like you can't even throw any like hot sauce or like syrup on any of that. I guess
Yeah,
you could throw some hot sauce like into the Bloody Mary. Some people do that, I think.
yeah. Mixing liquids with solids like that is just not my thing.
I don't
Sorry.
think I want a drink you have to eat. Like I feel like
Yeah,
you know
that
what I
just
mean?
sounds off.
Like it's
Yeah,
so much.
yeah. It's like what I feel like Bloody Marys wanna be what fajitas are. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a show it off thing you order, but it's just so
Yeah,
not cool.
you're kind of getting it for like everybody else to look at you have it,
Yeah, but
you
fajitas
know?
are, like, cool, but,
Yeah.
like, Bloody Marys, it's just like, I gotta eat a meal after this, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Imagine
you ordered breakfast, and then you, like, have this alcoholic tomato
can
drink.
you imagine like, ordering that Bloody Mary and then you get chicken and waffles?
I'll take the chicken and waffles and then a worse version of it as
Yeah.
well.
I'll get the rest of the waffle. That's crazy, man. Oh, that makes me never wanna get brunch. Like,
I love brunch,
brunch is
man.
good,
I fuck with brunch.
but, like, to me, my idea of a good brunch is like a light wrap and maybe, like, a nice alcoholic drink, but it's like it's not whiskey, but it's like what even like, what's the type of drink that people usually get with brunch? Like a orange type of what's it called?
Oh, like a screwdriver? Like
Yeah,
the
like screwdriver.
champagne
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
orange juice? Yeah.
Screwdriver and a chicken wrap with some chips on the side. I feel like
Uh
that's a good brunch for me.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like brunch is, like, threatening to fuck up your whole day if you let it. It's like you're gonna have a heavy breakfast and alcohol at 11 o'clock.
I just
At
ate at 9.
11 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
and then you're gonna go home and be like, "I think I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the day."
Right, right.
I think this Sunday is pretty much tanked.
Yeah. What's your go-to brunch?
I haven't had brunch in a long time, but I'm a big, big biscuits and gravy guy.
That was not the answer I was
I
expecting.
fucking love biscuits and gravy. There's a place in a city called Manteca. It's like a
Mhm,
super small city, like right outside of the bay, maybe.
mm.
Um, and there's a little spot called Besitos there, which means little kisses for
Yeah.
those of you guys who don't speak Spanish.
Mhm.
Um, it's called Besitos, and they are only open on the weekends. It's like a mom and pop kind of place, but like I fucking dig their biscuits and waffles, man, or biscuits and gravy.
Do you
Yeah,
think biscuits
biscuits and waffles. Just have a bread.
Can I just get all carb combo?
Yeah.
What would be, do you think biscuits do you think biscuits and gravy would be a good pre-marathon meal?
I'm glad you brought this up because my roommate asked me like maybe a week ago, like, "Hey, do you think you could ever run a marathon?" And
Mhm.
I told her, "Yes, absolutely. I feel like it's not that hard."
Dude,
Like,
oh my god. I already
just don't
knew
stop.
I already knew where this conversation was going as
And
soon as you asked that.
she goes, "Do you think you could run a half marathon?" And I said, "I could run a half marathon tomorrow.
Dude.
13 miles. I'm not gonna be fast, but I could start running and not stop for 13 miles.
What's your time? If you had to guess. No experience.
Hour 45."
I love doing a podcast with someone that's like completely delusional. It's fun.
Dude, I went for a run today. I ran 1 mile, and like the whole time I was running, I was thinking I could for sure do this 13 times.
There's just like not understanding the concept of numbers is so funny because like the diminishing return, like if you're that fresh every time, like your body resets, of course. But like taking into the fact that like you're
Dude, I'm
gonna
not gonna
get
run
so
fast.
tired.
No, dude. I feel like I could do it.
I think
I feel like I could do it like this weekend if I really wanted to.
I feel like after mile 4, you'd be walking and be like, "Oh, why'd I sign up for this?" Like,
I'm pretty confident, man. Hour 45, like give me 2 hours. I will s- I will start and finish a half marathon. 13 miles. That's how long a half marathon is, right?
a good half marathon time for a man is an hour and 43 minutes. And you said you could run that tomorrow.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
it was
All
one
right.
Google search.
I didn't know how fast is that? How fast is that on that? Like, what is the average mile?
How many is it? What's a half marathon? 13?
13, I think.
So 13.
Like, what pace is that?
How many minutes is this? Okay, so 100
Why
and
do you need to know the minutes?
because I'm trying to average it out. So it'd be like 8-minute mile, I think, on average. Dude, you are not running an 8-minute
2
mile.
hours and 15 minutes.
So a 9-minute mile?
That's more than that. That's like a 10-minute mile.
You think you run a 10-minute mile for a half marathon?
A 10-minute mile?
Dude.
13 times? Fucking absolutely.
I would love to see how you would test out. Like,
I am so sure that
what
I
I
could
would
do
do,
that.
I would meet you at like mile 10 if you made it, and I would be like jogging next to you with a microphone and be like,
Yeah.
"So how is that going?" And it's like, "You're at 2:45."
But I wouldn't stop.
Yeah, but I'd still get there. I might be a couple hours late.
Dude, I'm telling you, I could run a half marathon. Why I went for a little bit of a run today, so maybe not tomorrow, but like if I didn't have any plans this weekend, I could probably run a half marathon like Friday evening, like Friday
That's-
night,
that sounds so
maybe Saturday
miserable.
morning.
I don't even think I could run a half marathon in 2 hours. I think
6 miles in 2 hours, dude, you gotta believe in yourself more.
I feel like my ankles would break.
You gotta have higher self-esteem, I think.
I think I would just like not want to do it. That's why.
13 miles, I feel like it's not that much. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like 13 miles is like super doable.
That's so crazy. Man.
26 miles, a full marathon, that's pretty intimidating. But
Yeah.
like, I could do a half marathon. How much is a 5K? Well, like in real numbers.
What does that
You
mean?
know what I mean? Like in
No.
miles. How many miles is a 5K?
I think they have the real numbers because they're
Okay,
all
yeah,
even.
that's actually true. Yeah.
What is a 5K in miles? I'm gonna guess like 3.1.
I could absolutely run a half marathon. A 5K is 3 miles?
Yeah,
Run
but that's not a half marathon.
Yeah, but just run
Now
four
you're
or
just
five Ks.
now you're just breaking it down, dude. I could run. It's just like I could run
Yeah.
1 foot 26,000 times, dude. That's a marathon.
Yeah. Just but like in my head,
That's
because
the
most
issue.
people, because
Like,
most no, listen,
okay.
because most people start running and they pace themselves way too fast.
Yeah.
If I
I don't.
I don't pace myself too I know how to run. Like that's the like you gotta run at like a pace that you could like maintain a conversation. If
Yeah.
I do that, I'm not stopping for 13 fucking miles.
God, that's so funny. What are you eating before your marathon? Your half marathon?
I'm probably having like a really big dinner.
I thought you were gonna say a Clamato.
Yeah. Maybe stop for brunch.
Yeah.
You know, get a Bloody Mary. A Bloody Mary before
Oh my god, they're gonna think you're dying when you throw up all red. Red 40. This guy's dying by mile 6. He's on the side.
It's fucking insane.
My name's Danny Delight, and I'm gonna shotgun red 40 before my half
God.
marathon.
Just like celery, spices, Clamato,
1,400
and
calories.
vodka.
And the worst part is, you know, when you drink a lot of liquid, it like swishes around like a fishbowl. Like you're gonna be hearing and feeling that.
Oh man. How okay. Okay. All right.
God.
Okay. How
How many
long,
Clamatos?
how long into a marathon? Like at what mile after you have okay, imagine you have brunch and you have a Bloody Mary before
Oh,
your
yeah.
marathon.
I'm
What
already tanked.
mile are you losing your Bloody Mary?
I'm genuinely losing it like mile 2. Like so early. Like
I feel like
just to
before
get
mile
it out.
2.
I'll
Yeah.
probably set an alarm so I can just get it out. Like it'd probably be a good thing.
Yeah, I feel like a mile and a half in, I'm losing my lunch.
Oh my god. Can you imagine just a Bloody Mary, but instead of like the tomato juice, they're using Clamato. So like there's that little taste of
Yeah,
clam.
yeah.
Clam
That's what I
broth.
want.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Instead of tomato juice or Clamato, can you just do clam broth? I don't like tomato.
Imagine having to do an ad before it. Before
Yeah.
every marathon, I like to down one.
You're sponsored by Clamato.
Yeah.
You're wearing an all red outfit.
Jumpsuit. So when you throw up, it doesn't show.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, that's so funny. A Bloody Mary before a marathon is such a funny concept.
I think that I've quickly found how hilarious we find torturing yourself with physical activity is. Like it's pretty apparent. You know what I mean?
A fucking Bloody Mary.
Like it doesn't even sound good.
Like I just imagine you're like at brunch
With the people before it.
like in your marathon
Yeah.
outfit, and then as soon as you pay the bill, you just running.
All the people are like, so what do you got going on after this? I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah. Oh, a Bloody Mary and biscuits and gravy before a marathon.
Oh god.
You shit your pants at mile 2. You definitely throw up before that.
I would probably just run the marathon in a trash can. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's really funny.
It would be worse if you're like really fast. So everyone behind you has to run through it.
You just leave everyone behind. You don't pace yourself at all. You just start sprinting.
And the guy that made the meatloaf cupcakes, he doxed all of the cups, so they look like water, but they're actually Clamatos. They're clear Clamatos. So when they reach the checkpoints, they think they're drinking water. It's just more Clamato.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're never allowed to run a marathon or organize one.
I could for sure do it.
I could for sure do anything if I put my mind to it. All right. Dude,
That's a good note to end it on.
Yeah. Yo, if you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoy Clamatos,
Yeah,
make sure
Clamato, please sponsor us.
that would be
I
a
would
wild
I would
sponsor.
love to do an ad read for Clamato.
But yeah, if you enjoyed the podcast, please rate us on Spotify and share the clips, tell a friend, follow the socials. That's like doing a lot, but like pick one of those. You don't have to do it all.
Yeah, dude.
Just like pick
Look at
something.
all the ways you could help.
Yeah, all the socials will be in the links below. Yeah, this was another fun episode. I don't really want to add too much to the outro, but thank you for supporting. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next week of another episode of Be Serious. Peace.
Go to your local gas station. I'm sure they sell Clamato there.
Yeah.